Right now, in some repair shop, a mechanic is telling a customer their transmission needs a $4,000 rebuild. That driver never raced anyone at a light. Never ignored a single warning light on the dash. And they definitely never imagined their radiator had anything to do with their transmission. They just did what almost every automatic car owner does without ever thinking about it. By the end of this video, you'll know all 11 of these habits, including a shockingly common one hiding inside your air conditioning system that can wreck $2,000 of components in a single humid summer, and nobody notices until the smell hits them. Mistake number 1. You've probably done it in the last 24 hours. Mistake number 1. Flooring it from every green light. Start with the habit almost nobody thinks twice about. The light turns green, and you punch it, just enough to beat the car next to you off the line. Once in a while, that's basically harmless. The problem is when it becomes your default style of driving. A hard launch sends a sudden spike of torque through the drivetrain, and your transmission's clutch packs have to grab that spike almost instantly to get power to the wheels. That's a shock load, and shock loads are exactly what shortens the life of clutch material, motor mounts, and CV joints. Do it once, nothing happens. Do it at every light for 3 years, and you've quietly aged your drivetrain by tens of thousands of miles, on top of burning through tires and fuel economy you never noticed disappearing. The fix costs nothing. Ease into the throttle instead of stabbing it. But the next mistake is even more common, and most drivers don't realize they're doing it while sitting completely still. Mistake number 2. Holding the car with the brake while still in gear on a hill. Picture stopping on an incline. Instead of using the parking brake or accepting a little rollback, a lot of drivers keep light pressure on the brake while the transmission stays in drive, fighting the engine's idle torque. It feels harmless. It isn't. Your torque converter transfers power efficiently once you're moving, but hold the car stationary against engine torque, and the converter slips internally and generates heat fast. Do this at a red light on a hill for 30 seconds, and fluid temperature in that section of the transmission can spike well past normal. Heat is the single fastest way to break down transmission fluid, and cooked fluid loses its ability to lubricate and cool the parts it's supposed to protect. If you do this at the same hill every day on your commute, you're slowly frying your transmission from the inside out. Shift to park or set the actual parking brake if you're stopped for more than a few seconds. Mistake number 3. Coasting in neutral to save gas. Here's a myth that refuses to die. Some drivers shift into neutral going downhill or approaching a red light, convinced it saves fuel. On any fuel-injected car built in the last 25 years, it does the opposite. In gear, lifting off the throttle triggers the engine computer to cut fuel delivery completely until you need power again. Coast in neutral instead, and the engine has to keep idling on fuel just to keep running. You're burning gas you didn't need to burn. The bigger issue is mechanical. You lose engine braking, which means your brakes alone absorb energy they were built to share with the drivetrain, and you lose a layer of control right when you might need it most. In most states, coasting in neutral on a public road is technically illegal for exactly that reason. It saves nothing, and it risks a lot. Keep it in drive. Mistake number 4. Using the wrong transmission fluid type. Here's a mistake that catches even owners who think they're doing everything right. They actually get the fluid changed on schedule, hand the keys to a shop, and assume ATF is just ATF. It isn't. Modern automatics, especially 8, 9, and 10 speed units and CVTs, are engineered around very specific fluid formulations, with friction modifiers tuned to exactly how those particular clutch packs and bands are supposed to grip. Pour in a generic universal fluid that matches the viscosity but not the friction characteristics, and shifts can start feeling harsh, or the transmission can shudder under light throttle, even right after a fresh service. Some owners take that as a sign something is broken internally and pay for diagnostics they never needed. Always check your owner's manual or the fill cap for the exact fluid specification, and make sure whoever services your car actually uses it, not whatever's cheapest on the shelf. Mistake number 5. Believing sealed for life means never change it. This one costs more owners more money than almost anything else on this list. Plenty of manufacturers label their transmission as filled for life, and drivers hear that as never needs service. What it actually means is you're not expected to check the fluid with a dipstick, not that the fluid lasts forever. Transmission fluid breaks down under heat and friction the same way engine oil does. It oxidizes, loses its friction modifiers, and starts leaving behind varnish inside the valve body, the tiny hydraulic passages that control every single shift. Read the fine print, and most manufacturers actually recommend a fluid service somewhere between 30 and 60,000 miles for stop-and-go traffic, hot climates, or any towing, which describes most daily drivers. Skip it for 100,000 miles, and you're not saving money. You're just delaying a much bigger invoice. Mistake number 6. Overloading the car without adjusting how you drive. A roof box full of camping gear. A trunk packed for a move. 5 passengers and a full tank on a road trip. None of that is dangerous by itself, as long as you're within your vehicle's rated capacity. The mistake is driving exactly the same way you would with an empty car. Extra weight means the engine and transmission work harder to accelerate, the transmission runs hotter, transferring more torque for longer, and your brakes need more distance to do the same job. On a long uphill grade fully loaded, fluid temperature can climb dramatically in just a few minutes if you're pushing the pace you'd use unloaded. That heat doesn't disappear once you unload the car. It leaves a little permanent damage behind every single time. Ease off the pace when you're loaded down, and that habit matters even more if you tow or haul regularly, which we'll get to shortly. Mistake number 7. Riding the brakes instead of using a lower gear on long descents. Most automatics built in the last decade have some version of a manual mode, or at least a low or tow haul setting, and most owners never touch it. On a long mountain descent, riding the brakes continuously does 2 things at once. It builds heat in the pads and rotors fast enough to cause fade, meaning reduced stopping power exactly when you need it most. And it means your transmission is coasting with no engine braking at all, so the little control you have comes entirely from components that are already overheating. Shift into a lower gear or engage tow haul mode, and the engine helps slow the car through compression, taking real stress off your brakes. Truck drivers have used engine braking for decades. It exists in your daily driver too. It just requires you to actually use the shifter instead of relying on habit. Mistake number 8. Constantly running the fuel tank near empty. This one surprises people because it feels unrelated to how the car drives. Your fuel pump sits inside the tank, submerged in gasoline, and that fuel does 2 jobs at once. It feeds the engine, and it cools and lubricates the pump itself. Run the tank down to the last eighth every time before refueling, and the pump spends more of its life running hot with less fuel around it to carry that heat away. Sediment that naturally settles at the bottom of the tank also gets pulled toward the intake far more often when the level is low. Do this for a few years, and you're looking at a fuel pump failure that typically runs $400 to $800 to repair, often at the worst possible moment, like stalling in traffic. Keeping your tank above a quarter full most of the time costs nothing and adds years to a part that's genuinely annoying to replace. Mistake number 9. Ignoring tire pressure and uneven wear, especially on all-wheel drive. A soft tire feels like a minor inconvenience. On an all-wheel or 4-wheel drive vehicle, it can become a genuinely expensive mistake. These systems are engineered assuming all 4 tires have nearly identical rolling diameters. Let one tire wear faster from low pressure or a bad alignment, and it spins at a slightly different speed than the others. The transfer case and differentials constantly fight to compensate for that difference, and over enough miles, that low-level fighting generates heat and wear inside parts that can cost well into 4 figures to replace. Most people think about tires purely in terms of grip and safety, which absolutely matter, but on an AWD vehicle, mismatched tread depth is also a drivetrain problem. Check pressure monthly, rotate on schedule, and replace tires in full matched sets when your all-wheel drive system requires it. Mistake number 10. Leaving air conditioning recirculation on permanently. Here's the one we teased at the start of this video. Recirculation itself isn't bad, it cools the cabin faster and blocks outside exhaust. The mistake is locking it on permanently, every drive, all year, and never giving the system a break with fresh air. Run it non-stop, and moisture keeps condensing on the evaporator core without ever fully drying out, and that damp, dark environment is exactly what mold needs to grow. First comes a musty smell every time the AC kicks on. Left long enough, that trapped moisture can overwhelm the condensate drain and back up onto the wiring connectors under the dashboard, and corroded connectors that cause electrical problems that are miserable to chase down. The fix: use recirculation to cool down fast, then switch back to fresh air for normal driving, and swap your cabin filter every 12 to 15,000 miles. Mistake number 11. Skipping oil changes because the engine still runs fine. An engine that runs fine on the outside can be quietly dying on the inside. Oil doesn't just lubricate. It carries away heat and suspends the microscopic metal particles and combustion byproducts that build up as the engine runs. Stretch an oil change from the recommended 5,000 to 7,000 miles out to 15,000 or 20,000, and that oil turns into something closer to sludge. Sludge clogs the tiny passages feeding the timing chain and variable valve timing on modern engines, and the damage doesn't stay contained. Extra heat and strain radiate outward to everything bolted next to that engine, including a transmission that often shares cooling capacity through the same radiator. A neglected engine rarely fails alone. It drags nearby systems down with it, and by the time you notice, you're usually looking at thousands of dollars instead of a $60 oil change.